Have you guys heard about bioengineered food? So I'm going to be giving you the what, the why, and the when this stuff became introduced to our food sources. And so that's what this video is going to be about today. So stay tuned, get some information from it. Let's talk about what it is. Bioengineered food, I'm reading this, is food that contains detectable genetic material, DNA, modified in a lab using techniques that can't be achieved through conventional breeding or nature. So we've got scientists in labs putting together different DNAs from, I guess, different plant structures and creating another form of whatever it is. And let's see, some of the most familiar items that are bioengineered are corn, soybean, canola, and sugar beets. A lot of times when we get items with those ingredients in it, you will see bioengineered material. I have 3 things here I'm going to show you today. This Campbell's soup is one of them. Cream of celery. It is showing me that it contains a bioengineered food ingredients. The ingredients from canola, corn, and soy in this product come from genetically modified crops. So they can build a whole farm with nothing but genetically modified material on it. Anyway, then we have, this is some chicken flavored gravy mix. In there it contains bioengineered food ingredients. Interesting. You guys see that? And that anti-caking stuff, I don't think that's good for us to eat either. All right, here I have a can of Simply Truth organic black beans. And it says, Simply Truth organic products are formulated without genetically modified organisms, GMOs. The USDA's Natural Organic Program does not permit the use of ingredients made with GMOs in certified organic products. So what is this telling us? Sounds like we need to really, if we want to avoid this bioengineered food and this genetically modified food, we need to start reading labels. And we may have to go up and start paying a little more for, what did it say? Organic foods. Let's talk about when it was created. It started in 1983 with a modified plant, which was tobacco. So I guess cigarettes became modified or tampered with during that time. And then in 1994, Flavor Savor Tomato was the first bioengineered food in the grocery stores. And then between 2016 and 2022, the U.S. passes federal bioengineered food labeling laws that all products needed to be compliant by January 1st of 2022 to state that it was bioengineered. So we have been eating modified, genetically modified foods, bioengineered foods for over 30 years. So we were just, if you ask me, subjects to this stuff. So when you walk into the grocery store and you look closely at the labels, somewhere between organic, natural, and plant-based, you may see a phrase that just stops you cold. Bioengineered food. And you're going to wonder, what is this? This is something that's created in a laboratory? Right there, that sounds scary. All we think about is lab rats and things like that. So bioengineered foods are also called genetically modified foods. And these are foods that are not grown through farming, traditional farming, or traditional crossbreeding, but through modern biotechnology. Let's talk about why it was created. Scientists take a gene from one organism and insert it into another to create a specific trait. Some of those traits that they are trying to eradicate or improvise are resistance to pests, tolerance to drought, longer shelf life, and higher yields in the product. So, in short, these materials are used to solve problems in agriculture. So if you have a farm and things are not going so well, you can use bioengineered things to grow. Okay, so there is a debate about this stuff. Major health organizations say that approved bioengineered foods are safe to eat. They've been studied for decades. Yeah, we've been the subjects or the guinea pigs. It says no conclusive evidence links them to serious health problems. So are there non-serious health problems? I think any health problem is serious. However, most of these studies focus on short-term effects. But we're asking, is this something that's going to harm us in the long term? Is this going to be something that affects our health? So we are asking, how does this affect inflammation, our gut health, hormones, and long-term chronic disease? And those answers are still unfolding. So we're still waiting for answers from that. And what often gets overlooked is the fact that bioengineered crops are frequently designed to work with herbicides and pesticides, which we know are not good for us. That means crops engineered to survive heavy spraying, so they could spray lots of that stuff, herbicides and pesticides, on our plants. But if they're creating it, wait a minute. So if they're creating these things to withstand pesticide, so they're not worried about us. They're worried about the crop surviving the pesticides that they put on these. So I think I'd rather eat a bug than the pesticides and the herbicides. So in most places now, this bioengineered food needs to be labeled. The label isn't to scare you, it's to inform you and give you a choice to make. That's why I say reading labels is going to have to become our new thing. If we don't want this bioengineered food in our system, we're going to have to be careful. And you know, at one time I had bought some bioengineered food, and this was a couple of years ago, and I'm like, what is this? I threw it away because at the time I hadn't researched it or anything, but I'm actually researching this stuff, and we've been eating it all along. It's just it wasn't labeled. It's labeled now. So this isn't just food we're taking to supplement our body, to fuel our body. It's getting personal, because this is something that we should have known about, and we probably did, but it was not talked about a lot. A lot of people are comfortable eating the bioengineered foods, and some people want to just avoid it. There is no one size fits all for this bioengineered food. And if these foods reduce hunger, lower costs, prevent crop failure, they may have a place in our food system where we can take it to other countries to feed people who are literally starving over there. But that doesn't mean they should replace whole foods, local farming, traditional growing methods. Technology should support nature, not override it. So instead of us asking, is bioengineered food good or bad, maybe the better question is, how much control do we want over our food? And who should have it? Because once we stop asking questions, we stop having choices. If we don't raise the alarm on this stuff, food is not something that should be dictated by how it's prepared and this and that by one person. So you don't need to fear your food. You just need to not ignore what's going on with your food. Read labels, ask questions, choose what feels right for your body and your values. Because the most powerful ingredient in any diet is awareness. Now, we've become aware of so many things, and now that we know about this bioengineered food that should be labeled, we should be making smarter decisions on how we want to eat, how we want to serve food to our family, what we want to purchase. I hope this video has made you aware of what this bioengineered food is, why it was created, and when it was created. Those are the 3 questions I wanted answered. What is it? Why was it created? And when was it created? And I think I've answered those 3 questions. And so now you guys are aware of what this stuff is, and hopefully you can make better choices, or different, I won't say better, but different choices as you shop, where you are reading the labels on the food that you are purchasing. And we can make better choices for our household. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Mwah.